Rich Benfield from That Security Company with your daily cyber briefing. Today is Thursday, the 14th of September, and it is 8:30 in the morning. So, in the news today, new Kubernetes vulnerabilities enable remote attacks on Windows endpoints. Rollbar discloses data breach after hackers stole access tokens. Hackers use new 3am ransomware to save failed Lockbit attack. MGM are criticised for repeated security failures. And there's a chilling lack of cyber experts in UK government. And that's from a parliamentary inquiry. And if we have time towards the end, we have some more details on Airbus's data leak. So, Kubernetes. Three interrelated high-severity security flaws have been discovered in Kubernetes, and they can be exploited to achieve remote code execution with elevated privileges on Windows endpoints and within the cluster. So, the issues are tracked as obviously CVE 2023, 3676, 3893, and 3955. They all carry a CVSS score of 8.8 and impact all Kubernetes environments within Windows nodes. Fixes for the vulnerabilities were released on August the 23rd of this year, following responsible disclosure by Akamai on July 13th. So, the vulnerability allows remote code execution with system privileges on all Windows endpoints within a Kubernetes cluster. To exploit this vulnerability, the attacker needs to apply a malicious YAML file on the cluster. Rollbar discloses data breach after hackers stole access tokens. So, for those of you that don't know, Rollbar is a software bug tracking company. And so obviously you don't want a data breach with a bug tracking company because then people know your vulnerabilities. Anyway, software bug tracking company Rollbar disclosed a data breach after unknown attackers hacked its systems in early August and gained access to customer access tokens. The security breach was discovered by Rollbar on September the 6th when reviewing data warehouse logs showing that a service account was used to log into the cloud-based bug monitoring platform. Once inside Rollbar's systems, the threat actors searched the company's data for cloud credentials and Bitcoin wallets. So that's very unfortunate. So customers' project access tokens that enable them to interact with Rollbar projects were also retrieved during the incident. So that means people have access to your bugs, okay? And its services it's used by huge companies like Salesforce, Twilio, Uber, Twitch, Pizza Hut. So this is quite a serious issue. So if you use Rollbar, I suggest you reach out to them. And there's a new ransomware on the block called 3am. So a new ransomware strain called 3am has been uncovered after a threat actor used it in an attack that failed to deploy Lockbit ransomware on a target network. Researchers say in a report today that the new malware has only been used in a limited fashion, and it was a ransomware affiliate's fallback when defense mechanisms blocked Lockbit. Symantec's threat hunter team, part of Broadcom, says that attacks using 3am ransomware are rare, saying that they only saw it in a single incident when a ransomware affiliate switched to it because they could not deploy Lockbit. And Bleeping Computer are aware of a 3am ransomware attack that occurred in February, around the time the operation appears to have launched, but could not obtain a sample for analysis. Next, MGM criticised for repeated security failures. So, you all know from previous daily cyber briefings where we talked about MGM's basically had to take down pretty much everything from payment card processing machines, ATMs, through to actual gaming machines on the shop floor, so to speak. Basically, everything was affected by this ransomware. So MGM have pretty much restored their systems following the suspected cyber attack. And cybersecurity experts are now scrutinizing the hospitality giant's security posture and are firmly fingering the Black Cat ransomware gang as a responsible party. The cyber incident affected critical parts of its business for several hours, including its main website, the websites of all 31 MGM resorts, including a dozen in Las Vegas, the MGM mobile rewards app, online bookings, and in-casino services such as ATM, slot machines, and card payment machines. MGM confirmed on September 12th that its IT systems were back online. So they've been back online for a couple of days now, which is great. However, this incident has spotlighted how vulnerable the casino industry is. So Zane Bond, head of products at Keeper Security, explained that casinos and hotels collect a wide range of sensitive information about their guests, from credit card information to PII, all while transacting enormous sums of money. So think of all the software that runs on modern gaming systems like slot machines. Casinos aren't just gaming companies anymore, they're software developers, and these systems are some of the most advanced and connected in the world. The technology in gambling is astounding. So MGM resorts actually have a history of gambling with people's data. In 2019, a security breach occurred which led them to disclose that the details of 10 million guests were taken. However, it wasn't until the data was made public by the attacker that MGM Resorts revealed that they were wrong about how much data was taken by an order of great magnitude, actually. As a result, 142 million user details were actually taken in the original breach. So this is the thing. Clearly, MGM have got problems. They're cropping up in the press and they're beginning to take criticism over how they handle information security. So if you are planning on going to Las Vegas, then obviously bear this in mind, okay? Next, chilling lack of cyber experts in UK government finds parliamentary inquiry. Who'd have thought it, eh? And it's hardly surprising. The UK government suffers from a major shortage of cybersecurity experts, putting critical services at risk of cyber attacks, a new report from the Parliament Public Accounts Committee has found. The committee revealed a major digital skills shortage in the civil service, which has under half the number of digital, data and tech professionals it requires. Currently, the proportion of these workers in government is around 4.5%, which compares to an equivalent industry average of between 8 and 12%. The PAC's inquiry heard of particular shortages of cybersecurity experts in the UK government whose skills command a premium. I want to laugh. I shouldn't, but I really do. Have you seen the salaries on offer for cybersecurity professionals in local government? They are literally half what we see in the private sector. You know, quite often at a senior level, you might see a 20k drop from between private and public sectors. However, I've seen, I think it was UK Treasury had a CISO job about 6 months ago, something like that, and literally it was half to somewhere between a third and a half of market rates. It was laughable. So the government's noting that whose skills command a premium. Well, yeah, they do. Keeping the country safe, you know. So you got to pay it. Anyway, I digress. Dame Meg Hillier MP, chair of the PAC, said that the lack of cyber expertise in the service should send a chill down the government's spine. The digital skills shortage is also hindering the government's ability to upgrade and address its highest risk legacy systems. So, the figures correspond with findings from the UK government's cybersecurity skills in the UK labour market 2023 report, which I believe I shared on LinkedIn if you go way back. So trawl through my LinkedIn and you'll dig that out, or just Google it, which found that 50% of UK businesses have a basic cybersecurity skills gap and 33% of an advanced cybersecurity skills gap. So, the problem is there's civil service pay constraints. Some of the digital skill shortages are self-inflicted within government, with staffing cuts, meaning that the digital headcount's been rationed in government departments. And the requirement for senior generalist leaders to have a better understanding of digital business has not been formalised in the civil service either. The PAC recommends that digital responsibilities such as improving digital services and addressing the highest risk legacy systems should be included in letters of appointment at the most senior levels in all departments. Yeah, watch this space. You know that we've had data breaches with polling and voting data sources. You know, that's just the start of this. If the government do not invest significantly in cyber defense and cyber security in general, then you're going to see much more going forwards. So last up, Airbus. So they had a data leak, and I have this first popped up on the cyber news. I'm sure you've seen it floating around the internet. I think it was yesterday or the day before. So anyway, they've launched an investigation into the recent leak because a threat actor who goes by the name US DoD announced he had gained access to an Airbus web portal by compromising the account of a Turkish airline employee. The hacker claims to have details on thousands of Airbus vendors. The threat actors obtained their personal information of roughly 3,200 individuals associated with Airbus vendors. Exposed data includes names, job titles, addresses, email addresses, and phone numbers. So law enforcement shut down a forum that's called Breached, and its members, including US DoD, the threat actor, moved to other platforms such as Breach forums. US DoD posted 2 threads on this new forum, one to announce they've joined the notorious ransomware group Ransomed, and in the second, the hacker exposed the personal information of 3,200 sensitive Airbus vendors. US DoD also warned that Lockheed Martin and Raytheon might be their next targets. Threat actors typically refrain from revealing their intrusion techniques. However, in this exceptionally rare leak, US DoD revealed that they gained access to Airbus's data by exploiting employee access from a Turkish airline. Using this information, Hudson Rock researchers succeeded to trace the mentioned employee access, a Turkish computer infected with an info-stealing malware in August 2023. So it's out there and it is for sale. And those are your headlines for today. Thank you very much for joining. Once again, as those trendy YouTubers like to say, smash that like button, like and subscribe. I don't know what I say. Like and subscribe. You know, the usual. And follow, etc., etc. Any comments, any questions, hit us up on the socials. Otherwise, I will be speaking to you tomorrow morning for my final daily cyber briefing. Thank you so much.